everyone. Today we are going to discuss the samplings, which is one of the most important topics in our marketing research. Now, think for a moment. If we want to know what the students of University of Southern Punjab think about online classes, do we need to ask every single student? Of course not. We will ask a smaller group, maybe 100 to 200 students, and still get a good idea that smaller group is called a sample. The larger population, all the USP students, is called the population. So, we will again discuss what is sampling formally. Sampling means selecting a small part, which is called sample, from the large group, which is called population, so that we can study it and make conclusions about the whole group. Population is the total group you want to study. We will take the example, all the customers of KFC in Multan. What would be the sample? A smaller group selected from the population. For example, 100 customers chosen from different KFC outlets. So the sampling helps us to save time, money, effort while still getting useful results. Second, the key concepts in sampling. The key concepts in sampling are: number one, population, the entire group you are interested in studying. For example, all the university students in Pakistan. So what would be the sample? The sample, a smaller group, representative portion of the population. For example, 200 students from different universities all across Punjab. Sampling frame. What is sampling frame? It is the list of database from which you choose your sample. For example, the student registration list from the university's database. What is sampling unit? Each individual or object that can be selected. For example, our one student or our one customer. Representativeness is a good sample should be representing the whole population properly. If you only choose male students for your study, your sample will not represent the students fairly. Now, let us discuss and have a glance at why the sampling is important. First of all, it saves your time and money, and it allows the faster data collection. It is easier to manage and can still give accurate results if done properly. For example, NADRA doesn't interview every citizen to check the satisfaction with their services. They select sample and then draw the conclusions. Now, let us discuss types of sampling, which is probability sampling and non-probability sampling. Now, there are two main types of sampling, as I said. First of all, I will discuss the probability sampling. Every member of the population has an equal chance of being selected. This type of sampling is more scientific and will give you accurate results. First of all, first category will be simple random sampling. What is simple random sampling? Each person has an equal chance of occurrence. For example, if you have 1000 students, you randomly pick 100 names using the computer software or other lottery method. Then the systematic sampling will select every K person, for example, from the list of 1000 students, pick every 10 number, 20 number, 30 number, for etc. Then comes stratified sampling, which is dividing the population into groups called stratas, then randomly select from each group. Example, divide the USP students by department like business, IT, and then give equal number of chances to each. Then comes the fourth category, which is cluster sampling, which is dividing the population into clusters or areas and then randomly choose from these clusters. For example, for studying the school education of in Multan, Select 5 schools randomly and survey all the students from these schools. Now, let us come towards the non-probability samplings. Here, not everyone has equal chance of being selected. It's often used in social sciences when the random sampling isn't possible. The categories would be convenience sampling, that is, choose whoever is easily available. For example, asking your classmates to find out the survey, easy but may not represent everyone. Second will be the judgmental or purposive sampling. You select the people based on your own judgment, for example, interviewing only business experts or teachers for your study. Then comes snowball sampling, in which you will use the snowball sampling when the population is hard to find out. One participant refers to another. For example, studying small entrepreneurs in Multan, one business owners introduces you with the other. Then comes the category of quota sampling. You will target for each group and fill it. For example, 50 males and 50 female respondents, regardless of how they are chosen. Now, I will come toward the overall summary of probability sampling. The probability sampling is such kind of sampling where you have equal chances of occurrence for everyone, and the non probability sampling refers to the sampling technique in which everyone has a selected chance. So the main difference is randomness. Probability sampling is a random sampling and non probability is not a random sampling. So in the end of today's lecture, that was all for the first part of our lecture. Now we came to know what is sampling, why it is important, and what are the main types of sampling. In the second part, we will learn how to decide the sampling size and common errors, and we will try to avoid these errors. ओके क्लास, क्वेश्चनियर्स के टॉपिक के बाद हम सैम्पलिंग की तरफ आए कि सैम्पलिंग क्या होती है, सैम्पलिंग की कैटेगरीज़ क्या हैं, सैम्पलिंग कैसे की जाती है. जो हम मार्केटिंग रिसर्च में या जनरली बिजनेस रिसर्च में 2 कैटेगरीज़ को जो है वो डिफ़ाइन करते हैं सैम्पलिंग के लिए. एक होती है प्रोबेबिलिटी सैम्पलिंग और दूसरी जो है वो होती है नॉन प्रोबेबिलिटी सैम्पलिंग. प्रोबेबिलिटी सैम्पलिंग बेसिकली वो सैम्पलिंग होती है कि हम एक सैंपल सेलेक्ट कर रहे हैं ना, तो हर एक इसमें इक्वल चांसेस ऑफ अकरेंस होते हैं कि ये ऐसे कोई फिक्स नहीं होता जैसे नॉन प्रोबेबिलिटी सैम्पलिंग में होता है कि इक्वल चांस नहीं होता एक इवेंट की अकरेंस का. जब हम सैंपल को सेलेक्ट करते हैं, लाइक हम कंप्लीट पॉपुलेशन पे तो नहीं अप्लाई कर सकते. अगर मैं सेटिस्फेक्शन को मैयर कर रही हूँ तो मैं पूरे पाकिस्तान के पार्टिसिपेंट से तो नहीं कर सकती. तो सैंपल उनको चूज़ किया जाता है जो हमारी पॉपुलेशन को रिप्रेजेंट कर सकें. हम एक इंटायर पॉपुलेशन में से चंद एक रिस्पोंडेंट्स को उठा लेते हैं, से 100, 200, 500. उनकी रिज़ल्ट जो हम उनसे डाटा कलेक्ट करते हैं उसकी बेस पे हम अपनी पूरी पॉपुलेशन को जनरलाइज करके अपने रिज़ल्ट्स को इन्फर कर सकते हैं. और इसकी हमने कुछ कैटेगरीज पढ़ी थी. नॉन प्रोबेबिलिटी में कन्वीनियंस सैम्पलिंग हमने पढ़ा, प्रोबेबिलिटी सैम्पलिंग की टाइप्स पढ़ी. तो सैम्पलिंग का जो टॉपिक है वो इंटायरली क्वेश्चनियर बनाने के बाद सैम्पल साइज सेलेक्ट करते हैं हम लोग. तो इंटायरली जो है वो इन चीज़ों को कंप्लीट हमने डिटेल से डिस्कस कर लिया है कि प्रोबेबिलिटी की कौन सी कैटेगरीज़ हैं, नॉन प्रोबेबिलिटी की कौन सी कैटेगरीज़ हैं और इनका मेन डिफरेंस क्या होता है कि इक्वल चांस ऑफ अकरेंस होता है प्रोबेबिलिटी सैम्पलिंग में, और जो नॉन प्रोबेबिलिटी सैम्पलिंग होती है वो उसमें इक्वल चांसेस ऑफ अकरेंस नहीं होते. ठीक है. और सैम्पलिंग क्यों की जाती है, सैम्पलिंग कैसे की जाती है, और सैम्पल साइज़ और पॉपुलेशन में क्या डिफरेंस होता है, इसको भी हमने बहुत डिटेल से अपने आज के लेक्चर में डिस्कस किया. आज का लेक्चर हमारा सैम्पलिंग के बारे में था. इसको हम यहीं तक स्टडी करेंगे. लेटर ऑन हम कुछ केस स्टडीज़ को डिस्कस करेंगे, कुछ रियल लाइफ सिनेरियोज़ को डिस्कस करेंगे जिससे प्रैक्टिकली आप लोगों की अंडरस्टैंडिंग मार्केटिंग रिसर्च में सैम्पलिंग के बारे में क्लियर हो सकेगी। थैंक यू वेरी मच, टेक गुड केयर ऑफ़ योर सेल्फ। अल्लाह हाफिज़।